Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest in our webcast series, 15 Minutes. I am very excited today about the conversation we're going to have because this is big news here in Osceola County. Again, John Newstreet, President and CEO of the Kissimmee Osceola County Chamber of Commerce, where we are champions for business and community. And today's program is sponsored by a big champion friend of ours, that's Disney. So thank you, Disney, for sponsoring. Today's guests include the chairman of our Osceola County Commission, Commissioner Brandon Arrington, as well as Mr. Brad Ferguson from SkyWater Technologies to talk about the memorandum of understanding and new partnership we have out at NeoCity. So we kindly bring up Commissioner Arrington and Ms. Ferguson. We'll start to talk about the big things happening out there. Good morning, Chairman.
Hey, John. How you doing? Thanks for having us today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for being here, Mr. Ferguson. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for bringing me into this discussion. I look forward to it.
Delighted to have you join us all the way from Minnesota. We wish you were here on a permanent basis because it is beautiful weather outside here in Florida. So, but you're here now, and so I did want to kind of focus and make sure the community knew how important this is, how great this is for the county. And so I'll start the conversation with Chairman Arrington and ask you to give maybe some background about NeoCity over the years. I know you've been involved since the get-go, and then we'll kind of turn it to the partnership with SkyWater Technologies.
Wonderful. Thank you, John. Obviously, Osceola County, like many counties, has had struggles with unemployment and trying to figure out how to create a better economy for our current citizens and our future citizens as well. And about 10 years ago, the county manager and I began having a discussion about what economic development should look like in Osceola County. And we really kind of took a change right about then to begin doing a cluster study. And then after the cluster study, we started to figure out what from those clusters of future business opportunities would be great to invest in for Osceola County. And hence is the creation of Bridge in NeoCity, which is moving Osceola County to more high-tech, high-paying jobs through the creation of microelectronics. And so that's how we got started. And we originally created this partnership with UCF, working together to try and once again build that opportunity to create microelectronics here in our backyard, and also for the safety and long-term viability of American companies and our safety of our nation as a whole.
I appreciate it. You know, I stand before the state legislature and the delegation from Osceola County every year in support of this project, and I tell them one thing, that this project is happening, it is good, but we need to go from good to great. And so I think this latest is a huge step to getting it to be the great, reach its full potential, if you will. So can you talk about how this partnership happened?
Sure, John. And and that's you said it well, moving from good to great. And I think that's what this partnership has allowed Osceola counties to do. Obviously, back in 2019, 2020, Bridge, through some of their great work, was able to secure around $70 million in Department of Defense grants, where the Department of Defense actually realized Osceola County is trying to help become that leader in semiconductor and microelectronics here in the United States. We have fortunately at that time had a partnership with UCF, but UCF had experienced struggles through change of leadership and also decrease of funding through the state level that made them pull out of that partnership. And I would tell you, thankfully, they were able to do that because now in my opinion, we've actually moved NeoCity and Bridge opportunities about 10 years ahead by bringing in SkyWater, a wonderful business that is already in the business of microelectronics here in our nation, located in Minnesota. And obviously, I think they saw the opportunity that we saw in Osceola County to continue to further that mission of microelectronics in the United States, but also build those high-paying, high-wage jobs that our communities so desperately need.
Yes, sir. So we talked about UCF being an original partner. What does it mean to the county and the effort now that SkyWater Technology is at the table?
Well, SkyWater is a proven successful leader in microelectronics here in the United States. And to us, that really was a giant move forward, not only from research, but from research development and then into manufacturing, which is where we hope to be someday. And we think SkyWater is that team to be able to lead us down that path, like I said, to really be a leader in microelectronics here in the United States. I don't think we can ever turn on the news any day without seeing our auto manufacturers being behind in chip creation and slowing down production, or the concern over Chinese chips being in our phones and our defense products and all the electronics that we deal with on a daily basis. And we want to like I said, we and SkyWater both, Osceola County, believe that we can work together to create the safety and security for long term, for, once again, not only for high paying jobs here in Osceola, but the safety of our nation as well.
Outstanding. So, Brad, I referenced that you're coming into this video stream from Minnesota, and I know it's cold up there. And so, aside from sunshine, what are some of the factors you all considered in coming down to Osceola County?
Well, it's a tremendous opportunity for us. So SkyWater was formed in Minnesota, and since formation, we've been focused on growing our commercial and defense businesses at the site, and we've been looking for an opportunity to expand beyond our site in Minnesota. And advanced packaging has emerged as a critical thread that will drive the future of the semiconductor industry. And the Center for Neovation and the capabilities therein are targeted directly at this advanced packaging space. And they're really a natural fit for SkyWater's technology foundry model. And so this expansion into Florida and into advanced packaging allows us to expand our business model across the semiconductor value chain. We're also excited to engage with the University of Central Florida as a premier higher education institution and source of the very talented people that we will need to be successful at the site. So beyond the technology, there's a tremendous amount of support for this site from local, state, and national delegations. You know, from the moment we engaged in evaluating this opportunity, Chairman Arrington and County Manager Don Fisher have made us feel very welcome and very well supported. This level of partnership is what we feel will make this site a success.
Outstanding. Could you maybe give a little background as to how the deal happened from your end? We heard from Commissioner Arrington, so I'd just be curious, you know, how'd you find us? How'd that come about?
The opportunity arose to evaluate the site. We were invited to come down and look at the facility. You know, we had been looking for opportunities in this space, and this just became a natural fit for what we were looking for and what the county had to offer.
Outstanding. So you're here and the deal is done. What are your plans now? What's the future look like?
We're very excited. And so as a U.S.-owned technology services provider and the only U.S.-owned pure-play microelectronics foundry, SkyWater has been very vocal about the importance of reshoring microelectronics manufacturing from the start of silicon processing through packaging and test. And we remain committed to reshoring microelectronics as a way of securing our nation and securing our economy. And the Center for Neovation will serve as a leading facility for returning microelectronics and packaging leadership to the United States of America. So the U.S. Congress recently acknowledged that the importance of advanced packaging for microelectronics through the recently enacted bipartisan FY21 National Defense Authorization Act. This NDAA bill proposes much needed investment and support for domestic manufacturing development, and as well as a National Manufacturing Institute for Advanced Packaging. And we were very excited, actually just yesterday, to hear that President Biden is pushing for $37 billion in funding in support of the NDAA to support the microelectronics industry. So we look forward to, in addition to standing up the site and offering the capabilities that the site has to address both defense and commercial needs, we look forward to bringing some of these and other investments to Osceola County through the public-private partnership that we have created together.
So it was a little over a month ago or so, we had a nice reception to celebrate the commission approving this and you all signing the actual memorandum of understanding. So with all that in the rearview mirror and things happening now, I go back to that reception and recognize that it wasn't just you and Commissioner Arrington there. There was a large gathering of community interest and stakeholders. And so it's more than just the government and it's more than just SkyWater. And so that's a key part the chamber plays. And so I'm curious about the importance of public-private partnerships and then also how the chamber can continue to support this effort going forward.
Yeah, fantastic. I couldn't agree more. You know, microelectronics manufacturing is not just about the manufacturing site. It's about the ecosystem of support contractors and support services that are necessary to run this highly complex manufacturing capability. And so we think that public-private partnerships are a key element to advancing the U.S. semiconductor industry and reshoring microelectronics. So in Florida, the county's investments in this site's capabilities will enable SkyWater to support Bridge with their current Defense Department contracts to create advanced packaging technology. And we anticipate these technologies will lead to defense and commercial adoption. The success of SkyWater's business model is accelerated by our ability to develop new technologies, in some cases funded by the U.S. government, but combined with that offering being made available to commercial customers. The result is a sort of symbiotic relationship where the result is an efficient and self-sustaining access for government programs combined with commercial growth, which will in turn drive job gains for the local region as we flourish together. And so we're really looking forward to operating the Center for Neovation at its full potential in building this high-tech manufacturing industry and ecosystem inside Osceola County.
Outstanding. Commissioner, could you address public-private partnerships as well?
You bet, John. I'd love to. Obviously, NeoCity in the original design was based around we Osceola County realized that we needed to create the infrastructure for high-paying, high-tech jobs to be successful. And that's what we went out and did, not only through the master planning of NeoCity, but also the creation of the fab and the office building as well. We're all built with a model and the idea that they would be a 3P partnership. We understand the building the infrastructure necessary to create jobs. And that's what we set out to do a number of years ago when we set the site and began moving it forward, because we realized that without the infrastructure in place, businesses are not able to succeed. And whether that's the infrastructure of a roadway or that's the infrastructure of a 100,000 square foot clean lab research facility that's here in Osceola County. So we're excited that those investments and those infrastructure has paid off, but we've even carried that a little bit further to make sure that we've got skilled employees that are going to be able to fill those jobs. And that's also the partnership with the Advanced Manufacturing Training Facility with Valencia, and also the partnership with our school district with NeoCity High, which is going to be, all of those are going to be creating the employees that will someday work for SkyWater here in Osceola County.
So it sounds like you put some thought to all of this, huh?
Just a little bit, you know. I mean, as I always joke, it was either high-tech, high-paying jobs or 15 days of spring training. So I think we chose right, and you know, that vision will hopefully be seen in the coming years as well.
Good choice.
Well, I know the community's following this closely. I know our members are excited and interested in the opportunities to come, and it wouldn't be possible without your leadership, Chairman Arrington, and certainly with what you've built in Minnesota and to now expand here in Osceola County with SkyWater Technologies. Mr. Ferguson, we welcome you. We are so happy to have you here, and we support you in the fullest to help this reach its full potential, to get it from good to great. So I'll turn it to you first, Mr. Ferguson, for some final words, and then we'll wrap it up with Commissioner Arrington.
Well, I'll just add, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you two today, and we're very excited for the future, and we're literally just getting started. We're looking forward to doing great things.
Outstanding. Commissioner.
Thank you, John. Thank you once again for having us and SkyWater on the call this morning. It's important that people understand the work that's going into our community to make it viable for the long term. And so it's exciting to see such a great partnership that's going to allow us to further those partnerships that we already have in place. And whether that's with IMAC, whether that's with SUS or Siemens, even the Department of Defense, this partnership with SkyWater strengthens all those opportunities. And some of the language we've already heard coming out of DC and the support for the opportunities here is slightly overwhelming. And so we're super excited for the future and the opportunity to work with SkyWater and to make Osceola County and microelectronics for the United States a success.
Again, gentlemen, I salute both of you for coming together and forming this partnership and making this community better. We appreciate you. Thank you to the audience for watching. That'll complete this week's 15 minutes, and we'll be back next week. But remember, we are champions for business and community, and we appreciate Disney for sponsoring this conversation today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.